Are you living a complicated life, feeling all chaos, no calm? Here's 5 things you can do to gain a sense of control when you feel out of control. 1, using a yogic lens, which is an excellent lens for anything body related. We have to come to the body first. So the very first thing you need to do to get a sense of control is to start learning to pay attention to the body. Awareness of our physical sensations and what the body is communicating is critical to your well-being. Number 2, going another layer deep into that food sheath in the yogic koshas, you would need to move your body. Moving your body satisfies a primal need. If this was a true life or death emergency, then most of the time in those situations, we have to move to solve the problem. And so if we get up and we get moving, that satisfies this base need to get out of Dodge when the going gets tough. Number 3, going to the next layer in those yogic koshas or sheaths, breath becomes a very important practice. You see, breathing is a practice where we take over a very automatic process in the body. Normally breathing happens without thinking about it, but when we take over our breathing and bring it to a calmer state by starting to lengthen that exhale, maybe making it longer than the inhale, then we start shifting towards a calmer state overall. Very naturally. Very naturally. And so if that is not enough, just know that there's a ton of different breathing patterns and breathing styles out there designed to help everybody get through what's happening in the moment. 4, the next major kosha has to do with what they call sense withdrawal. And so in this stage of the calming process, once we're out of the phase where we have to run away from danger, that is when we want to actually start bringing our attention inside. There's no more need to be scanning the environment, and we can scan what's happening inside more directly. So sense withdrawal is going to include things like calming, deep relaxation, anything that requires sitting still, and actually just grounding ourselves overall. And again, there's a lot of practices for this, so stay tuned as we continue learning. And number 5 has to do with the intellectual sheath in the yogic koshas. And before we get to number 5, stay tuned because I've got 2 more ideas to offer you. But with number 5, the intellectual sheath, this is where we start working with our thoughts, where we used to start when we dealt with stress, but now we recognize, no, this is more of a body-driven process, and that's why we start with those body-based approaches now. So working with those thoughts, we start addressing our negative self-talk, we start